Endless Hustle is presented by Eat Clean Bro, a convenient solution to bring you the highest quality chef-prepared meals delivered right to your door. Eat Clean Bro is the contract-free solution for your meal prep needs. Made with all-natural ingredients and next-day delivery, every meal feels like you have someone cooking for you right at home. All right, it's going to be a hungry day today on the Endless Hustle because I've got a very inspirational man and the founder of Eat Clean Bro on the show, Jamie Giovinazzi, joining me. Dude, first of all, congratulations. Eat Clean Bro, what you have built and your story. And the fact that you just threw the hat on to cover that wonderful, beautiful mullet you have. I already love you, man.
I love you too, baby. It's all love here with the bros.
This is such a fantastic story, man. And that's where I want to start because we're going to talk about the expansion of Eat Clean Bro and what you've built. But I think your story is so fantastic, and I want you to tell me all about it.
I started cooking for my friends on accident in 2005, and it really just opened up what my passion was. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. At 19 years old, most kids don't. And I was getting ready for a bodybuilding show. I was changing in the locker room, and some stranger asked me what I ate. And at the time, at 19 years old, I didn't make a lot of money, and all of my money went to food. So when I responded, I said, I eat chicken, sweet potatoes, broccoli. And he said, can you make me some? So I said, yeah. And I was thinking, wow, man, if I cook for this guy, I get my food for free. And, I started cooking for him. I was like, listen, bro, I'll do you for $3 a meal. And then all his friends wanted food. And for a few weeks, I started cooking for everybody in his office. And with no culinary experience, no business experience, I was just 19 years old, just trying to keep up and cook. I was essentially destroying my dad's kitchen. So my dad's like, look, man, you got to figure out where you're going to do this because, you're destroying the house. And at 19 years old, I felt like, oh man, it's over. But that unlocked in my mind that I could own my own business and I could do something I loved. I felt so good about selling these meals because it was an honest living. When I was a personal trainer, it was $100 an hour. I was getting 22, the gym was getting 78, and I just felt rotten. I didn't feel like it was an honest living. Once I started cooking for people, I felt like I was charging a very reasonable price and I was making a small profit, and and I was feeding people great food, healthy food I would feed my own mother, grandmother, and my own kids. So it all clicked. And over the years, I had my ups and downs, but it wasn't until 2013, my back against the wall, Hurricane Sandy had happened, had devastated my family. And, I made a promise to myself that year that no matter what happened, I would never be poor again. So in January 13th, 2013, my phone rang. It was the same guy, Matt, from 2005, called me up out of nowhere. I hadn't talked to him in like 5 years. And he was like, hey, bro, are you still cooking? And I lied. No one would hire me, by the way. So over the years, I had been cooking and in and out, cooking for friends. And I just lied. And I said, yes, I was living with my buddy, Paul, at the time. I put my palm over the phone and I was like, Paul, do you think your parents will care if I cook, if I use their kitchen to cook? And he's like, yeah, man, go for it. So I told Matt, I'm like, yeah, of course I'm still cooking. And I took my last $300 from bartending that weekend and I bought food and I started cooking. And my back was up against the wall. I had no other choice, and one thing led to another. And I just kept going, man. I just kept putting all the money back into the business, and I took it really serious. And the first year, man, that was like the hardest thing ever. But then I finally struck a deal with some people I used to work for in a restaurant. Once I got into a stable cooking environment and I got some kitchen staff, I was able to really start promoting, and I got lucky, man. I got hooked up with some really famous people. Lala Anthony, I got hooked up with her. I started cooking for all of these guys at Shreds. They were a really popular supplement company back in 2013, 14. And they hooked me up with like all the fitness influencers. And then through there, I met a lot of famous celebrities. So once Lala put me on the map, I kind of went viral. I blew up like 40,000 followers on Instagram in 24 hours. Phone basically wouldn't stop ringing, and made a lot of friends in New Jersey and New York that really put me in a good place. So forever grateful for all the people who helped me and endorsed me for free over the years and allowed me to build a business and try to create a great place for people to work. And it's really just been a story of tenacity and passion, just trying to do what's right, trying to do the right thing by people, and maintaining all these relationships over the years. It's been a ride. We had like a really crazy, I don't even know what year it was, man, but it was like famous person after famous person. I literally, in 2013, when I turned 26, I like cried like a baby. I was like, I can't believe I had failed, and I was so upset with where I was in life. There's one thing, like, no matter how bad things get in life or how upset you are, like, you could turn your life around, and that's just something I'll never forget. And I'm always grateful for, like, the ride that I experienced, man. It was a rocket, and it was a really crazy story. I mean, I'm chopping, I'm cutting up some of it, but when you looked at the trajectory of once I started getting all those celebrity endorsements, it was just crazy. I'm on Z100 with Dr. Oz, just meeting people you never thought you would meet. And it's just like, wow, man. Like,
all right, so you're working with all these famous people, and I love how you name the meals after certain people. So Jamie, like, what's the process? Who do you pick, and how do you create the names?
I made friends with Frankie Edgar, and just as like a Jersey Shore guy, a Jersey Shore wrestler, it's like an honor to be friends with Frankie. And it's so cool that, the feeling's mutual, and he's always just been such a huge supporter. And I really wanted to show love and like appreciation to that relationship and that friendship. And being that he was a world champion, I was like, dude, you meet the criteria, Frank. You're the man. Let's do this. We had this top round London broil cut. That's what bodybuilders love to eat. It's super low fat, high protein. So we made this meal, and because it was like, London broil is a tough piece of meat, I thought it would be like really funny to name it after Frankie. And I remember I was on the phone with him, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going to name this meal with you. And then I realized, like, oh my God, is that even okay to do that? And I asked permission. He was like, yeah, bro, of course. So got his permission, threw the meal up, and it's been one of our best sellers over the years. And then I've been friends, actually. Me and Mike, the situation go back before he was famous. He used to actually work at the mortgage bank that I used to cook for. So my friend Matt, who got me doing this back in 2005, I used to always go there and cook meals for all those guys. And Mike used to work there. And that's how I met Mike. So I met Mike, I've been friends with Mike for a long time. So we, after Mike got back from vacation, Mike was on a little, Mike went away, he came back, and we started working out together. And he's like, we just started talking about it. And he's like, dude, cause he orders every week, and he wanted a meal. So there's not many people who could do what he did. I mean, he went from the villain to hero, and, he's sober, he's, happily married, he's a dad now. And I just love everything about what he's been doing with his life. And he wanted this meal that I thought was like, I didn't think it was the greatest combination culinary wise, but it sells great. People love it. And yeah, man, people love it. So we got the situation. And my favorite story about naming a meal was Anthony Ashnall. I started cooking for the Rutgers wrestling team, and he was sidelined with an injury, like his ACL he got his ACL repatched up or whatever, surgery. And he's on the sideline, and he comes up to me, and he was just like, hey man, when I win a national title, will you name a meal after me? And I was like, as a Jersey wrestler, I know how important it is for the program and for Rutgers to have a national champion. I said, dude, of course. Like, so he ended up, man, he won that national title. And actually Nick Suriano and Anthony Ashnall won it the same year. And I was just so happy. I almost started to cry. I had to hold it together. I didn't want to see my wife. I didn't want my wife seeing me cry over a fucking wrestling match. But so yeah, so we named it after Anthony. So yeah, I mean, at this point, now if you qualify, I'll let you, Anthony wanted an orzo. He wanted the salmon with the orzo and asparagus. So we did that with like some sauce on there, and he really likes it. So it's just funny. I'm coming out with a JWoww meal. We're gonna make it fiery. JWoww's got a little bit of she's fire. She's really funny. So we're gonna make it like a spicy meal. People ask me to name meals after them. Like, I don't know what the criteria is. Like, I don't know, man. If you got a nice mullet, maybe I'll make a meal after you too.
Listen, I'm all about it. I feel like it's an incredible rite of passage right now. So I'm willing to go for the meal naming at any point, Jamie. Let me just throw that out there.
Yeah.
What I do want to ask you also about naming, how did you come up with the name Eat Clean Bro? Because what a genius marketing idea. That's something that whether you hear it or you see it, because you have a million billboards up and down the tri-state area. And by tri-state, I mean New York, New Jersey, and then I'm from Philadelphia, so I see it if I'm driving back and forth. Where did that name originate?
I had no idea what I wanted to call the company. And my dad came up with the name. So he said, why don't you call it Eat Clean Bro? That's all you say. And originally, see, the bro brand, like, BroBible, Eat Clean Bro, all these bro names have gotten a lot more. You had to have a lot of balls to call yourself bro. When, your guys were in 2009, like, I don't know. A lot of my friends were worried. They were like, are you crazy? You're calling yourself Eat Clean Bro. And my dad came up with the name, and the more it stuck in my mind, I thought, this is who I am. This is who I am. Okay. I am not a well-spoken, articulate man. I am a Jersey bro. I'm here to help. How can I help you? I loved that it was easy to remember. It was easy to say. It was easy to spell. And Eat Clean Bro was available on GoDaddy. My dad got it, and it's history. And what's funny too is you had to be out of your mind to call yourself bro anything back then. So yeah, it's a genius thing now. But as you know, one of the pioneers of bro, the risk and the scrutiny you were under. It was a big commitment. Let's just say that.
You mentioned your father, and I want to talk to you about how this is a family affair, because your wife is involved with the business and she's had an integral part. It's a really great story about you meeting her. She works at Nordstrom. You're like, hey, I have an opportunity here. And now you've built this multi-million-dollar business. Tell me this story and how family factors into the building of Eat Clean Bro.
So, oh man. So they always say don't hire your family, or they say like working with family's tough, and they are right. But my wife, I met my wife the week after Valentine's Day in 2014. And that was that was right around the same time I started cooking for Lala. So my wife truly met me before. I mean, on the local level, like I had street cred. My street cred was impeccable, but girls don't go out on dates with guys with good street cred. So she really truly found me at the bottom. So that was really nice. And she came in and she really just helped like organize me, like in a really nice way. Most times, before I met my wife, a lot of the times you went on dates, it was me, take me out to dinner, take me to the club, do this, do that. And with Kayla, she was so interested in what I was doing. She really went above and beyond, helped me. She would take long car rides with me when I was making deliveries in the city. She would always stay on the phone with me to make sure I didn't fall asleep while I was driving home. And at that point in my life, man, it was exactly what I needed. And it was just so nice to have somebody to really ride it out with me and grind. And what's really funny, man, it's really funny, the day I realized I love my wife was my accountant had said, you need to file all of your receipts. And it was about a year and a half worth of crumbled up receipts I had in a garbage bag. And I told Kayla, I said, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to come out tonight. The accountant said I have to organize receipts and it's going to take me forever. Like, I'm really sorry. And she's like, what are you talking about? She's like, I love organizing. She's like, let's let's do it. I'll help you organize your receipts. And that was like one of the first times ever in my life a girlfriend had offered to like help me. I was like, holy shit, like, wow. So we sat there and we put together all the receipts and we got it done in like an hour and a half because I have the worst ADD in the world. Sitting down, organizing something would take me months. So we got it done in like an hour and a half. Everything was monthly coordinated, and we hung out. And it was at that point where I was like, this is what you need, and this is really special. And they say when you meet the one, you just know. And that's kind of what happened. There was no crazy rush. It was just like a very soothing, calm energy that was just very nice. And it was really special that she was helping me. It was really, really special. And I'll never forget that. So back to like working with family and stuff, my wife was always there to help me. So as the entrepreneur, I kind of jump off the mountain and figure out how to build a plane on the way down. She was always there just helping me clean up my mess, and she helped keep me organized and all the things essential to free thinking entrepreneurship. So working with Kayla has been great. She's so strong in all the areas I'm weak. And it's just a really incredible duo we have. So it's been really fun. It's been really fun to see her evolve as well too. She got Forbes 30 under 30. She has some pretty huge accomplishments under her belt. And nothing against police. I support the police. I think they have a hard job, but she actually wanted to be a cop. And when we met, she got a job as a Philadelphia police officer. And I was like, look, sweetie, like, I don't want the fucking mother of my children pulling somebody over in Philly. Like, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, you're not, like, I'm sorry to tell you what you're doing, what you're not doing, but you're going to come work for me, and we're going to be our own boss. We're going to go on vacation whenever we want. And like, we're going to have a good fucking time. I don't want to have to worry about if you're coming home at night or not. I don't want to have to worry about your safety. Like, I'd rather walk away from a guy with a gun instead of have to go fucking arrest him. So she got the job. She got the job offer, and I essentially yanked her out of her career. She went to Rutgers for criminal justice, and nope, not on my watch. She works for me now. So
you'd mentioned the term entrepreneur, and you are the ultimate example of a guy who put it all on the line and made it happen. And that is the definition of entrepreneur. You talked about the ups and downs earlier. And as an entrepreneur, that's what we all face. As you're going through that journey, what is the drive? What's the secret sauce that kept you going?
I just love what I do, man. I would do it for free. Now, obviously, there's a lot of other companies similar to Eat Clean Bro that you could order healthy food, but kind of before Eat Clean Bro, and there really wasn't anywhere healthy to eat. And I felt just compelled. I just felt like it was the right thing to do, to just give people access to healthy food that was affordable. Before, eating healthy was a fortune. Now it's relatively affordable now. So I was just on a mission to bring healthy food, convenience, affordability, and that just it was my crusade, man. So it was just overwhelming passion. I really I love cooking. I love cooking for my friends. Honest living. I make an honest living, man. Like, you get a good product, a good service, and I make a small percentage on it. So I'm not like that guy who upped the price of the AIDS medication. That guy. I make an honest living, man. So it just really sat well with me, and it was something I loved doing. So just the passion drove me. I would do this for free. I mean, man, for like 7 years, I did do it for free because I kept, the ups and downs. I went in and I came out with nothing. So I had put a lot of years into my life where I walked away with nothing into this business or into this like industry. So I would do this for free. The fact that I get to make money doing this is a gigantic added value. So I just love what I do, man. Like, I love it.
At what point in the process did you realize that something was happening, that a brand was being built, and that you had a business flourishing?
Man, that's a good question. I, I, you know, I still don't even, I'm such a bro, man. I just want to make sure that my customers are happy. My employees are happy. My customers are happy. I guess when I stopped kind of having to introduce myself, when famous people knew who I was and they knew my story, that was kind of when I was like, oh my God, this is really crazy. I think once I started getting the Insta, like when I started going viral on Instagram and I started putting billboards up and just the whole phenomenon that happened in New Jersey with Eat Clean Bro, that always stuck with me. But I'll tell you this, I've been very fortunate to spend time with a lot of entrepreneurs. When I was a kid, I always tried to put myself around entrepreneurs, and I've seen the rise and fall of many people. And I feel like the common denominator and when entrepreneurs fail is when they start to think they're untouchable or they're invincible. And that's when they all come crumbling down. So as much success as I had in the restaurant industry, they say you're only as good as your last meal. So I always try to stay honed in on what's going on. I try to make sure that I'm doing right by everybody, that I'm running a good business, I'm doing right by the community, that my customers know how grateful I am. And really, man, I'm just trying to stay, feet on the ground, humble, grateful. That's, there's really no time I sit back on the hammock and think, oh, Jesus, I'm the man, So as much as maybe I should, to me, that's just a scary mentality to get into. And I try, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, man. I just want to stay winning.
We talk a lot about, obviously, your origin story and how you've been able to build this business, but the other half of the equation is where you go next. What is the vision? What is the forward-thinking vision for Eat Clean Bro? Where do you want to see this business develop, evolve, and grow?
So I'm at big crossroads. There's a lot of opportunity in this space. I look at big businesses that have failed. I look at Netflix, what they did, the Blockbuster. I look at what digital film did, the Kodak. National. I never thought in my life that people would want to buy meals from California into New Jersey in a box that gets transported 2 days in a cryovac container. Like, in my opinion, that food is shit. But people, these companies are becoming billion-dollar companies now. So I'm looking into national distribution. I'm also looking at my spoke and hub model where maybe we open up in major cities, we do our delivery, and we also offer national delivery. So for people outside of major cities, they could still get Eat Clean Bro meals. The future is endless. I think the potential is very big. I always saw Eat Clean Bro as like the local milkman, bringing you your meals. The Eat Clean Bro van shows up to your house with the Eat Clean Bro driver. That was something I thought was always special. When I like to bet on humanity. So like eating is one of those primal things that will never change. Technology can only go so far. I like to bet on humanity. I like to bet on like nature. I think people like to know where their food comes from. There's a lot of companies doing a great job with digital marketing and subscription-based services that are mailing boxes of food all over the country. As far as the future goes, man, I'm opening up another location next year. I'm exploring all the options. My next move, I'm actually uncertain about what my next move is, because this is a business and you have to make money, and then you have to start making the correct decisions for where the future investments go. And it's a lot, man. It's crazy. I mean, I was a part-time bartender. I started Eat Clean Bro with $300. Now I have, I'm almost a national brand. I have a lot of employees. I have a lot of responsibilities, and I seriously, I have an associate's degree at a community college. So it's a lot to take in. I'm doing my best, and I'm exploring a lot of options. I still have never touched, I've still never taken outside funding as well. So I own 100% of Eat Clean Bro. So if I decide to do a friends and family raise and get some money to play with, that would really help accelerate growth as well, make some key hires and start expanding into other cities.
One of the things that I think is so admirable about you, Jamie, is from the mullet to the way you talk to the way you think, your authenticity, your salt of the earth mentality, your humility, it shines through. And I think that's a big part of why your brand's been so successful and why you've been so successful, is because people can connect with that authenticity. As you were developing success, were there ever moments where you felt like you were losing that authenticity? And if not, or even if you were, how were you able to continue to stay focused on who you were?
When we talk about COVID, you can't, right? Like, this was a very, very traumatic social year. I mean, you had the tragedy of George Floyd, right? You have political tension with Republicans and Democrats. You have like really horrible shit going on in the world where people want to cancel your ass if you say something that's wrong. And it goes both ways, right? So it's been hard, man. It's fucked me up. I know in my heart I'm a good person. I try to do what's right for people, man. I'm in the community. I'm out giving back. I'm trying to create jobs. I'm trying to create equality in the workplace. And my whole thing has always been, be the change you want to see in the world. You know, when you start looking at Black history or all these other things, man, it's so sad and it's so upsetting. But you know what? Like, try to hire a qualified Black dude to go work in your company. Try to give him a good place to work. Try to help his family. Try to, hit him up. What's up in the community? How can I help people around you? And I just try to be the change that I want to see in the world. And it is like really, it's a hard fucking environment to be in right now. I think like, I just always try to come back to like, I just try to be the change you could be in the world. It's just scary, man. Owning a business right now, dude, it's scary. It's scary. It's a scary time to be a public figure. It's a scary time to own a business. I don't know. I try, all I could do is be who I am and do what I think is right. And my relationship with, me and God. And that's led me to where I am today, man. And trying to learn. I'm not an expert on most things, but when all these social issues occur, like there's a big trans movement. I have a couple of trans employees. I talk to them. I try to get educated with what's going on in their world. And it's just about learning, man, and trying to stay trying to just keep learning and trying to make the world a better place. That's really what I try to do. Equality and all these things are important to me. And I try to use my business to create the change in the world I want to see and create the environment that makes the place better. And I've been able to do that by feeding people healthy food. So I've always tried to create like a win-win scenario where I can do things in a way that is multidimensional and winning. I don't know what the correct word is, but if I could, help the community, help somebody change their life, give them an opportunity, put them in a position to make the company more money, give back into other areas and just keep that kind of that ecosystem of winning. I don't know how else to say it. I sound like Charlie Sheen right now, but yeah, man, that's what I'm looking to do. Trying to just, and also, man, it's hard to be positive right now. I mean, you turn on the news, you want to fucking commit suicide. Like, I got to get off social media. It's like, it's horrible out there. So any of these, well, obviously tune into BroBible. Don't delete social media too much, but it's rough out there. I'll tell you, between mask, no mask, vaccination, no vaccination, the political tension, racial tension, even with the, I don't even know what the hell to say with the trans, all the LTBG, whatever.
LGBTQ. Yeah.
I feel bad. I don't know all the words, but I try to be nice to everybody and I hire people and that's all I could do. I try to create a good environment to work and a fair and safe place to work. And they're throwing, the world is throwing a lot at us right now. We're trying to keep up, trying to just keep up, man. That's all. Just trying to make a nice place, dude. It's been tough. It's in short, it's and then you got to worry about like your business too. There's all these social issues, but there's also financial issues. There's like a million when you own a business, man, it's like it's really fucking hard. You know.
Speaking of business, obviously your business is meals. What are some of your favorites?
I feel like that Dunkin' Donuts donut guy, right? Because he used to talk about his donuts being his children. I eat the biscuits and gravy every morning. That's my favorite breakfast meal. The Chuck's taco bowl is always really good. I like the beef and bean chili. I like I really like a lot of them, man. I like the basic with spinach, dude. Like just simple. Like what I try to do with food is all I try to do is if you order grilled chicken, brown rice, and spinach, I try to make the brown rice perfect. I try to make the grilled chicken perfect, and the spinach. I try to deliver expectation, right? Like when you eat something, what makes a good steakhouse a good steakhouse? Shrimp cocktail is the way it should be. The crab cake is the way it should be. The wedge salad is the way it should be. The ribeye or the bone-in filet, whatever steak you get is the way it should be. If you just do things the way they should be and you don't mess around, you're going to have yourself a great steakhouse. I try to do the same thing with prepared meals. I try to just execute on these simple dishes because Eat Clean Bro, it's very simple stuff. I just try to make sure that the chicken is always juicy. The brown rice is always, the rice is always perfect. That's really it, man. I just try to execute and make the meals, balanced, execute flavor perfectly. That's what I look to do.
Dude, you're awesome. Congratulations on all of your success. You're legitimately an inspiration for all entrepreneurs out there. That's my final question for you. Has there been a moment for you where someone who is aware of your story came up to you and said, seeing what you've been able to accomplish has impacted them and made them want to pursue their dream as well?
Yeah, I get a lot of I take phone calls all the time off Instagram. There was this guy, he actually came here from India, started an MRI business, and we just started talking about MRIs, and I like helped him I helped him with his business. And really, man, my favorite thing though is one of my neighbors came up to me, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. And he said, I tell my sons your story. I went from being like a loser, right? Like if you knew me in 2013, man, people were worried. They were like, this kid is done for. It's over, wasted talent. And I turned it around, and I showed everybody that, you can be down, but you'll never be out. And I turned it around. I took a very small amount of money and I created a very big business. And it's something to say that you don't have to be an A student. You don't have to be a academic. If you're passionate about something, you really care, you could create a business doing what you love doing, and you can make a living doing what you love doing. And that's really the story that's really motivated people, and it has inspired people, because when we talk about Eat Clean Bro, man, it's never been about money. It's about, trying to be the change, being the change you want to be in the world, and how to just do what you love doing and make the world a better place. So definitely lots of people have been inspired, and it is truly, it's just an honor. So an honor I take very seriously. So I do make time for people on Instagram all the time, Facebook, whatever. And I try to help everybody I can.
You're unbelievable, dude. Congratulations on the success of Eat Clean Bro. Continued success. Send me a hat because I'll rock it for you and advertise. And we're competing mullets, my man. I got the curly. You got the straight hockey player mullet. I've got I'm rocking the curly hair mullet.
Oh yeah, baby. Hey, all mullets are great.
We're mullet brothers. Congratulations,
mullet brothers,
Jamie.
mullet bros.
Mullet
Thank
bros.
you so much, man. It was a pleasure, man. Honored to be here.
Same here, brother. And congrats. Keep killing it with Eat Clean Bro. And can't wait to see where you go next, my man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.